Hello, loves. This is Lizzie, and you're listening to Wildflowers of the World. Welcome back, and if you are new here, this podcast is all about helping people understand themselves on a deeper level and provide support and resources for people who struggle with mental illness and trauma or addiction. I want to be a positive news source, and I want to make poetry more accessible to people to use as a coping method. We can form new connections and relationships using the power of positivity as a bridge to bring us all together in these challenging times that we are all currently facing. Today's episode is about the power of nature that most of us have forgotten. We have evolved, and yet so many of us are stuck in the endless cycle that is our consuming lives, and we forget that we are meant to hear the whispers of a wildflower, the softness of the world, dripping sweet words or morning dew, embracing you and the beauty of life. I feel so blessed to be able to share all of this with you today. I'm going to read a page from my book for you, share some positive news, and this is huge. One of my favorite writers from Instagram, Alex Klingenberg, is letting me share one of her pieces with you guys today, so you're definitely going to want to hear that. So first, we're going to start with our news segment. Listen, we all know that the news can feed us negativity until we're numb. It happens to so many of us. The news overwhelms us with essentially scary stories that keep us up at night. It can become so overwhelming. So how do we change this perpetual Ferris wheel of negative news that is flooding our lives? Positive outlets, and I will leave some in the description for this episode. So I read a lot of environmental science news, and I wanted to share something pretty amazing with you guys. So there's this new worldview gathering called Nature Positive. This asks, what if we go beyond damage limitation? What if our economic activities not only minimize impact, but also enhance ecosystems? A nature-positive approach enriches biodiversity, stores carbon, purifies water, and reduces pandemic risk. In short, a nature-positive approach enhances the resilience of our planet and our societies. Backed by $12 billion in funding, the global agreement called Campaign for Nature is striving to not only stop the decline of the health in land and ocean habitats, but to put into place a path to creating real growth in the ecosystems that so desperately need our help. With this global agreement, by 2030, which is only 7 years from now, you guys, so that is so exciting, they project the Campaign for Nature will have succeeded in protecting and conserving 30% of Earth's land and oceans. To read more about this incredible advance in wildlife and environmental conservation, go to campaignfornature.org, and I will leave the information for it in the description for this episode. Next, we have a page from my book, Whispers of a Wildflower, and then I'm going to share some of nature's secrets with you guys, so you're going to want to hear that too. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory before reading this page. So the last few years have been the hardest of my life so far. Dealing with court cases, custody battles with my son's biological father, healing from the trauma from all of that with my preteen, being homeless and stranded in Orlando. I I was also diagnosed this year with an autoimmune disease that has made me increasingly sick, and my boyfriend's incarceration for 3 years. It was all a lot. It's been so overwhelming, but also very empowering at the same time. And I will go into much more detail about all of that in future episodes. But today I want to focus on what got me through all of that, how I grew from it, and how I learned to be stronger on my own, and all the beauty that came from all that pain. And part of that is right here and right now, sharing these precious minutes with you. So here is page 61 from Whispers of a Wildflower, speaking to me through the cracks in the wood, through the roots of the trees, through the veins of the leaves, on a cliff by the water, on the quietest of days, when I hear, in purest form, the whispers of always. Our closest star that does warm my face, the wind that sighs my name, the path I've always longed to find is only shown to me this way. The roar of the world dissipates. Sweetly she rests, as if awaiting my next movement. As quickly as she moves through space, I feel nothing but the stillness. Blissful empty moments filled only by a beating heart and the lightest of air sustaining me. Too often breath is taken for granted. I've not listened for too long. I hear you now, life. To waste more time on pointless things, I cannot. I walked through years of the darkness and voids to know you, myself, to meet you after living only the most minimal of ways. My spirit has starved in waiting, encased in this body, unknowing. Time and light moves constantly while I've been standing still. To leap into the flow of being entails living as life intends all to live. A bird does not know why its wings were made to fly. It doesn't need to know why, but to feel with every instinct how to be alive. As humans, we are blessed with knowledge, yes, yet it clouds the basic truths, the questions we all ask. We've all been given, by whomever you believe, a gift. The balance of self-awareness and instincts. To know what I am and to be what I am, you'd think a simple thing. And yet we all struggle with becoming who we think we're meant to be. Trying to focus logically, perhaps be a teacher or a doctor. Something. Look at other people's paths and take the steps already taken, for it is easier to walk a road when we're shown the destination. Potential, passion, longing, drive, these are what show our true paths in life, illuminated by dreams we keep tucked away, till with extreme lack of belief, the path slowly fades. The wonder-filled mind that blooms in childhood, stifled by the noise of society's ideas and the weight of adulthood. So, I go to a quiet place where life feels as it should. No misplaced expectations or pain, no money, power, or possessions to gain. I escape the sweeping currents that we've created throughout time. Sit on that cliff, in that car, in wants you to hear. It's deeper than sound and so much closer than it appears. Then the realest parts of us will know what path to take from here. It's in the stillness that dreams begin. Don't wait till you're asleep. Feel every possibility. Open the drawer that you've locked away and melt away the key. Let your hopes and dreams be free. And it is time with our lives that we all start living. And that's the truth, isn't it? We forget that we are a part of the earth that we walk on. And now it is time for that secret. Are you ready? Did you know that plants like evergreens, cypress, sage, and many more have the power to heal you, mind, body, and spirit by releasing something called phytoncides as we walk through the forest? They have a similar effect to aromatherapy, and research has found that it increases blood flow, reduces stress, depression, heart disease, among so many other biological benefits. In Japan, they call it forest bathing, which is fucking awesome, and I love it. I'm gonna call it that from now on. So it really is true on a biological, scientific level that nature heals us so much more than just taking a walk for exercise. Another quote from my book: we bathe in the breath of the ancient trees, and we truly do. They not only sustain us by giving us life in the air that we breathe, but it turns out that their gift is so much more bountiful, full of magic. So next time you take a walk or hike through the woods, thank the trees for their healing breath that you breathe. And I'll leave the link for this in the description if you want to read more about it. And now for the piece by Alex Klingenberg. The path to self-erasure was worn down to the pavement, while the path to self-expression was covered with vines and thorns. I tore myself to shreds to be where I am, standing in my garden of wildflowers, face to the sun, more naked than nudity, more whole than divided, more found than lost. That was a beautiful piece, Alex, and thank you so much for letting me share it. I read that and it resonated with me so much with everything that I've been gone through in my process for healing. We are all so strong, and sometimes we need a reminder. We are more whole than divided, and we are more found than lost. If you guys would like to hear more of her work, she has 2 books available on Amazon. The first one is called Bread, Sex, Trees, and the second one is called Secrets and Stars, and they're available on Amazon. And if you would like to follow her Insta is at Alex Klingenberg, and I'll leave the info for that in this podcast description. So I don't know if you guys know this, but May is also Mental Health Awareness Month, and if you're struggling with your mental health, a small thing that you can do, especially since all the flowers and the trees are in full bloom right now, get out into nature and let our Mother Earth do what she does best: heal you, sustain you, feed you, bathe you in her breath of life. Soak it all in and let your worries melt away for a while. It for sure has helped me. The other day when I was particularly anxious, my boyfriend said that he wanted to show me a place that he found way back in the woods while he was fishing. So there's this incredible park in the middle of our neighborhood with lakes, waterfalls, and a gorgeous forest with the perfect overhanging trees. But it doesn't have too much underbrush, so you can walk through it. He brought me down there, maybe a 30-minute walk back behind where anyone normally goes. There's a small path, barely noticeable if you aren't paying attention. And it led to a little oasis, really, a hidden gem in the middle of town. The sun was going down, and the golden light was tickling the ripples and the waves in the lake. And I spent so long just walking slowly, staring up into the kaleidoscope of light coming through the trees, finding all the little patches of white wildflowers, and being so appreciative that I get to live on this incredible planet, and being so appreciative that I get to share it with the people that I love. I needed that walk, and you need that walk. No matter where you live, I'm sure within an hour or so there's an incredible park, a lake, a river, mountains, somewhere that you can get lost in nature and maybe find yourself a little bit more. If you have any positive stories that you would like to share about how you overcame a difficult part of your life, or how you cope with mental illness, or even if you just need advice, you can message me on Insta or Facebook, and my contact info is in the podcast description. Make sure to follow me on here and my social media pages for updates about new episodes. And if you want to check out my book, Whispers of a Wildflower, it is available on Amazon, and it is also free on Kindle Unlimited for a limited time, so you don't want to miss that. And next week, our episode is called Growing Through Grief, and it's going to be an incredibly emotional episode, both heartwarming and heartbreaking, all at the same time. The stories from myself and the incredible Tex Kelly. You've probably seen him on Insta or TikTok. He talks a lot about mental health, but also he does an amazing Deadpool impersonation. So we're going to be talking about the deep and painful mourning of lost love and losing children after struggling through failed blended families. So if you want to check out his page before next week on Insta or TikTok, it is at Simply Tex, and I will leave that information in the podcast description as well. Thank you, wildflowers of the world, for taking time out of your day to be here with me. Love and light.